All right, I'm being joined by the UC Davis Aggies, student athletes Brenton Lamar, Lawrence White, and Chima Manecki, as well as the head coach of UC Davis, Jim Less. We just ask that you silence your cell phones. There's no flash photography or video recording allowed during the press conference. If you got a question, raise your hand. We'll bring the mic around. Wait for the mic, and identify yourself by name and affiliation. Jim, if you like, you can make an opening statement, then we'll open the floor for questions.
Thank you. Thank you for being here. Before the game, we just talked about having a fight. This is a really good, connected team, and we as a staff just asked them to fight, to keep it going. This has been an unbelievable ride, and we're not ready to go home. And I can't tell you how proud I am of them for their resiliency. It was remarkable. So really, really proud.
Questions for our student athletes only. Yeah, here in the front, right?
Yeah. Austin Ward, ESPN.com. For any of you guys, your coach has talked about the fight, not wanting to go home. You know what's coming next, and nobody's ever knocked off a number one from your spot. What reason do you guys have to believe that maybe you could do something that hasn't happened before on Friday?
Chima, can you answer that, please?
It's gonna happen eventually. That's how I look at it, and we all can play at this level. And you know, I don't fear anybody, but I respect everybody. And I feel like with the way we play defense, we can make any game a game. And if we play the way we've been playing the past few weeks, then we can definitely do that.
Here on the right, on the aisle.
Any of you gentlemen can address this. You don't see much zone in the Big West. We talked about this yesterday. What did you do? A lot of turnovers early. What did you do? How did you attack that better? How did you adjust to that in the second half? And key moments when you needed to really.
Brenton, can you answer that, please?
Well, we just wanted to be patient, on the offensive end. We knew that they were flying, their guards at us, and if we got the ball to the corners, we were able to skip the ball and, make good plays off of that. So it was just being more patient and, trying to get the ball to the corner, and yeah.
Tim, you got one on the left.
Is it Kima or Chima?
Chima.
Chima. Yeah. Chima, you seem to almost want the ball there in the last 2 or 3 minutes and stuff. At least the ball seemed to go through you a lot and stuff. What was going on there? I mean, was that the focus, or did you feel like you were sort of the hub of things there when things really got tight?
I feel like I'm confident. I'm a confident player, and I got it going early. And I like the matchup that I had. And my teammates were doing a great job of moving the ball, and I felt that, if we continue to do that, I would put us in a successful position to score most of the time.
Any further questions for our student athletes? Yeah, here on the left on the aisle. Or on the right, I'm sorry. Right here. Right in front of you.
Oh, go ahead. I think.
No, go ahead.
Okay. Lawrence, you key plays here throughout the game. Anyway, Brenton and Chima and Darius get a little more attention, but you came up with some key steals and made some critical free throws. Just talk a little bit about what you were thinking defensively. You come up with those plays and to make those free throws.
I mean, we all have our roles, especially on the team, and mine's just defense. Mine's to pick up the tempo on defense, use my athleticism, and continue to do that on both ends. So when I do my job, we're all top-notch players. When he does his job and he scores, top-notch players. Same thing with B. And like we said in the beginning, before this, we said our defense has got to travel, and we did that tonight in key moments.
Left side, Tim.
Yeah, Lawrence, what do you know about Kansas? I mean, this game's behind you now. What just stands out as you face this challenge?
I mean, they're the number one seed for a reason, right? So that's enough said right there.
They have good guards as well.
So do we. True that.
Like Lawrence said, they're number one seed for a reason, but, that doesn't mean anything. We're going to come out, play hard, and, play our game. And if we do that, we're definitely going to compete with them and, give them a run. We're all confident. We're not going to come to the game expecting to lose. I don't think anybody should. So, yeah, we're going to be ready.
Time for a couple more here on the right. Right here, go ahead.
I'm sorry about that. Talk about when you first went out there. It seemed like a little bit of a case of nerves first time in the tournament. Did you talk about that a little bit? It took a little while to settle down and start.
Yeah, a little bit. Throughout this whole season, we kind of been on big stages also. So it was just more so of just calming ourselves down and, feeling yourself into the game. Take it possession by possession. And if you just focus on, doing your job, everything else will, come together. So, it took a little bit of time, nerves and everything. But as everything is going to finally sink in and, everything's going to go back to normal.
Time for one more. Any more questions? All right, Brenton, Lawrence, and Chima, thank you for your time. Good luck against Kansas.
Trendsetter album coming out. Trendsetter's coming out.
Questions for Coach Les at this time, here on the right.
Jim, I don't want to move on too quickly from a historic win for your program, but the talk is going to be about Kansas and Friday. Have you thought about, will your fight message change at all from Friday? How do you want your guys to approach something that hasn't happened before?
Well, these guys have shown competitive greatness all year. It starts in practice. They have really good habits. They work hard. They work together. They hold each other accountable, which is special. And, I'll piggyback what Brenton said. I think our guys are great about, as we prepare for a team, respecting all of our opponents, and we'll do that. But we also like our competitiveness and feel like in a one-game situation, we're going to come, we're going to play hard, we're going to compete, and let the chips fall where they may. So we're excited for this opportunity, and we'll concede nothing, but we'll be ready.
Yep, turn it right again.
Okay. Jim, discuss what was going through your head, what you're feeling those excruciating final minutes there.
Say that again.
Talk about your thoughts, your feelings as you were watching the game. You had the lead. You couldn't pull away. They were right there. It looked like it was going to go down to the wire, which, of course, it did.
Well, it was interesting because we talked at the start. I thought the guys, would have a little bit of nervous energy, and so we talked about making all the effort and energy plays without the ball. But actually, we started out, and I don't think we missed early on and got off to a really good start offensively. And I thought they took a timeout and then really came after us and became the aggressor for the rest of the half. And that was a lot of what we talked about at halftime. I didn't think we responded well. We made a run to start the game, then they made a run, and we didn't respond really well to it. But I did like how they approached coming out in the second half on both ends of the floor. We started the half with some stops. I thought we were much better. We talked on the board about how we wanted to attack the 1-3-1, and I thought we were a little bit more in tune to how we wanted to attack that defense, and it helped us get us going a little bit and gave them a little bit of confidence. But like I said, this is a resilient group, and there were quite a few times when they could have laid down, and they just refuse, and they find a way. And it's different guys making big plays. I thought JT's blocks were huge. Chima being able to finish our defense with first rebounds was huge. And Brenton, he can get it going offensively, and just Lawrence's defensive presence. He said it, and he doesn't understand sometimes, I think early in the year, how good he is defensively and how he makes our team a better defensive basketball team. When he's active and in the passing lane and using his length and athleticism, our guys derive a lot of confidence from that, and then it spreads throughout the team, and we get stingier with our defense.
Any further questions for Coach Les? Yep, here on the right. Oh, okay, here on the left.
Coach, so far the only 16 seeds to get wins are the ones who come here to Dayton for the first four. So what does that mean to you to be a part of that group?
Well, it's special. It's special. I've said this. Our guys grew up as little hoopers dreaming about playing and having this opportunity. And so it's special to be here. And, we're just going to continue to fight to keep this story going. And this team with 5 seniors, when it does come to an end, this team is not going to be able to play together again. And that bond and that resiliency to keep that going and keep this group together is really what motivates them, I think. So to me, when that ball goes up on Friday, I'm not going to be thinking about what seeds. We're going to be playing basketball, competing at basketball, and like I said, the chips will fall where they may. But we're glad to be here, but we're not satisfied by any means.
Jim, thank you for your time. Good luck
Thank
against
you.
Kansas.
Thank you.